Welcome to the Life After Life podcast, where we explore our soul's physical and non-physical journey. I'm Majana. Let's discuss angels, guides, and loved ones from the other side. Hello and welcome back. You have Thomas and Majana here.
We're back.
With some very exciting news.
I know. I can't wait to hit this button over here that I get to press in just a second. It's going to be fun.
Boys and their toys.
Yes.
If you are on Facebook, and I'm thinking that's just a few of you,
the two who are not.
Then get on. We have started a Facebook group page.
Yay! And Majana has done it all by herself.
Whoop, whoop.
You get a big applause.
Yay!
See, it says
Thank you.
big applause.
Thank you.
Yes, there you go. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Well, I get emails, and I so love that, and do not want that to stop, by the way. But I thought it would be kind of fun to make this a little more interactive, so everybody can join in. I would love to have everyone sharing their experiences and asking questions. And just really get to know each other online would be fabulous. And I'm looking at some possibilities here for the Facebook group to maybe do some live videos and so forth to really connect.
Well, we've been taking it up and up and up a notch every chance we can, so why not?
That's right, because ordinary just doesn't work.
Try to do the very best we can here.
That's right. It's all about gusto. So that's our first piece. Life After Life Radio on Facebook. We would love to have you join the group.
Now lean in because it's getting ready to get really good.
Yeah, this is exciting too. So on a previous podcast, Thomas was talking and I said, I guess I will start doing readings in June because I was just very clearly prompted to do that. So Thomas has worked tirelessly on the website. So that is now live. You can go to lifeafterliferadio.com and
where you can download the meditation for one.
Yes. So
that's been in place.
We have recorded audio and video, and Thomas is brilliant about getting this all on there. So this website has free downloads for you, and we will be putting some more things on there as well. And one of the opportunities on the website is to schedule a session. So I am stepping into what the angels and guides have been encouraging me to do, and you can schedule a session online, and we will do those sessions through Zoom so we can see each other. I love that.
Cool. Very cool.
So it's all on the website. There are 3 different session choices for times, and the calendar's right there. So you schedule what works for you, and then you're sent a Zoom link. It's really very simple to do this.
Hopefully it's all screwed together well. If it's not, email Majana and we'll fix it.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. We want to know any little things that happen, positive and need some work things. So you can get us at Majana at lifeafterliferadio.com.
Now, we've had a couple of interactions with the other side where, I'm probably like most of you or a lot of you that I don't get these messages very often. Now, I did have the family thing the other day that was really cool, but typically, I haven't been tuned in the way that she is. But we've had a couple where you've been able to pick up Dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a friend of mine who died of a fall. He fell and hit his head, and he died of a subdermal hematoma. Now, there was a medical cause behind that, but he came through, and he was confused. He didn't realize that he had died. He was only 35.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't expecting that.
So she was able to connect with him, and that was very comforting for me because obviously it was a total shock.
Right. Yeah. So sometimes it's intentional. Now, those weren't. Like, his friend just kind of showed up.
Yeah. We were talking about him, and he showed up.
Yeah. So, that kind of goes back to whenever you're thinking about someone that you love that's crossed over, they get it. They see your energy. They still are connected to you. So even though we were just talking about Josh, he showed up. He's like, someone called my name.
Now, that's a good question. Is this on demand? I mean, are you like, you can make it happen?
That is a really good question. In the past, we've talked about how that works and how sometimes you really do want them to show up and they don't because they're busy with their life on that side and school or, goodness, doing whatever they're doing. So it's kind of my policy to not try to summons anybody. I equate it to, let's say, in this lifetime, well, now we have cell phones. So wherever you are, you probably have your cell phone and someone can call you. That doesn't mean it's an opportune time for you and that you can take that call. And sometimes you just don't and can't. So same thing over there. It's not always the best time for them. When you schedule a session, there's a link to a video also that just gives you some ideas to do before we have our session that help bring in the people that you want and help get the answers or the topics that you want to talk about more clearly defined. And I do find those to be very, very helpful. So I always ask for angels, guides, and higher self. And then anybody, loved ones that have made their transition and they're free and have something to discuss with you will show up. If they just can't, then they won't. And it's not personal and it's not that they don't love you. It's they're busy right now.
And is there anything that we can do ourselves to be more open?
Yes. In fact, that's one of the things that Thomas and I have been talking about adding with the website and the Facebook group are exactly some of those things, just working on those skills. If you watch the video that I put together to do before our session, that will help. And because you're clearing. So just to hear your loved ones, sometimes it's just easier than other times. Obviously I do this pretty easily most of the time. And yet when I'm stressed out or very emotional, like when my dad first died, it was so painful for me to talk to him. Even though I knew he was fine, it was all about me. It always is. It's about the people that are left here to deal. And I was being absolutely pathetic. I lost my daddy, and I had to figure out how to go through life without him. And I was not handling that so well on the inside. So when he would come, we would just start talking, and I would just burst into tears. And I finally had to just say, would you just give me some time to get it together? Because I can't talk to you without missing you so much. So he just didn't come because I was blubbering. And then it was still easier sometimes to get a message from someone else. I knew that I could hear him. I know that I can see him, but it was just too emotional for me. So even if you have the ability, sometimes it's just helpful to get a third person.
There is a picture that I saw online, and I wish I had captured it in the moment. I didn't, and I have not been able to resurrect it and find it again. But I think it describes this perfectly. It's a split scene horizontally. So below, the lower half of the screen is the Earth scene, and the upper half of the screen is the beyond Earth, the non-physical scene. And here is the person lying on a bed, and the family is gathered around, and they are weeping. And here's the scene up above, and there is the soul that has transcended and is reunited with all the other souls that have left, and they are celebrating.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what a very cool picture.
Oh, it just beautifully shows the contrast. So if you've ever, if you've lost someone, obviously you probably have, and wondered what that moment was like, I think that's as good of a description as there is.
I love that.
It's a celebration over there.
It is, yeah.
They're happy, and your dad reflected that. He was okay.
Oh,
he was relieved from his illness, and it was like freedom, and he was happy and reunited with your mom and all the others, his sister, and how could he not be?
I know.
He's like, hey, come on, I want to talk to you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool because shortly after he died, he did come to me, and it was, oh my gosh, it was, he died of cancer. So, that doesn't have great effects on your body. And when he came to me, he was whole, healthy, and complete, and like at the prime of his life, and dressed. I will never forget the clothes he was wearing when he came to me. And he had his arm around my mom, and, all the family was there, and he was grinning ear to ear. He was so excited. And he said, "You're right. This is great." So, I know that, and I hope you know that. And sometimes, we still have our pity parties on this side.
Well, if you would like to talk to Majana one-on-one and see about the connections that might come up for you, then certainly lifeafterliferadio.com is where that form is.
And I would love to visit with you, serve as your translator. So we will get together soon. And until then, namaste.